place where no one feels the pain. Living without suffering.
Thanks for tuning into this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm
Good Friday night to you, sports fans. You've come to the right place. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. And now a quick check of our starting lineups for both teams. First, for the Raptors, Lowry and DeRozan, they're the backcourt. And at the 5, the 5th overall pick in the 2011 draft, a fleet-footed 6'11" big man out of Lithuania, Jonas Valanciunas. Then there's Rudy Gay, and it's Johnson in at the 4. And then for the Miami Heat, Chalmers and D-Wade are the guards. And playing at the 5, the always versatile 6'11" star big man, able to score inside and out, Chris Bosh. Then it's LeBron James, and it's Haslam in at the 4 slot.
Well, really the heart and soul of this Miami team in a lot of ways, Udonis Haslam. Born and raised in Miami. He's played his entire decade-long career with the Heat, and just a tough, hard-working guy and a locker room leader. Pretty passing, timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey.
Of course, the conversation veered to the challenge of defending LeBron James, and he said there's not a lot of good options with him. He can really do it all. I think you just have to try and stay in front of him, and if he gets in close, you have to bring help. And guys, we've seen LeBron really force the issue as far as getting into the lane. We'll see how they do.
Thanks again, Doris. Toronto with the ball. 6-point game. And back to Haslam. He helped lift the Florida Gators program back to prominence. Took them all the way to the NCAA championship game, playing at center of all positions.
But was really heavy back then at Florida. And he had to lose a lot of weight before.
Oh, how about that basketball fan?
Beautiful.
Wow. And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun. That's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. And they were right in his face.
The Heat have magnificent talent, but even coming off an NBA title, they had never put their name into the conversation of the great team until last spring when they went on that amazing 27-game winning streak.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. And for the Heat, they were staring right at the 72 Lakers win record, and I'm sure everyone remembers, but ultimately they would fall, Steve, to the Bulls after 27 consecutive wins.
Yeah, that streak to me was one of the great feats in NBA history. Winning 27 games in a row in the regular season, so difficult, but it showed you what the Heat were made of. They really were battling every night, and I thought that put them on a great run heading into the playoffs.
DeRozan's shot is good.
Yeah, and he's one player who doesn't need a lot of space to get to the basket. He's really crafty, the way he can blast his way straight through traffic. He's really strong.
And something else everybody loves about him is his ability to do the sensational and spectacular. His dunks simply defy description at times.
That's good.
Boy, he's looked great so far. Right from the opening tip, offensively, looks like he's brought his A-game.
LeBron drives in, and he uses the glass on the layup. LeBron's got 6.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Taking advantage of the defense, really pounding it down low.
Lowry against Chalmers. Lowry kicks to Gay, shoots it up. Back to Lowry. Dishes it to Gay. Passes it to Valanciunas. Defended by Chalmers. Puts up the baby hook. Tries yet again. He takes it up and lays it in.
Perseverance paying off on the offensive boards, guys.
And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
And there's the call on Udonis Haslam. That's his first foul. And Valanciunas kicks to Gay. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Beautiful double clutch. Great job to get the shot past the defender.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Miami.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
Well, the other thing I like is defensively, they're causing turnovers, and that's allowing them to get into transition.
Chalmers against Lowry. Gay. The feed to Valanciunas. And it's blocked by Bosch. Now Chalmers. Pass to Bosch. From downtown, Toronto grabs the miss.
Well, you know what, guys? DeMar DeRozan said he watched a lot of tape of Dwayne Wade working on the low block, learning to pass out of double teams and attack weaker defenders. That's definitely an area he can exploit in his own game.
Rudy Gay on the wing. Wade is covering. Just 5 to shoot. Can't hit from in close.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry. Boy, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger Clark right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's with them.
Yeah, but you don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up, though, either.
A new group in now for the Raptors. Aaron Gray, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Hansbrough comes in for Amir Johnson. Landry Fields checking in for Rudy Gay. And Terrence Ross is subbed in for DeMar DeRozan. And for DeRozan, not a great playmaker, but he has made strides in that area.
Yeah, last season he significantly improved his assist-to-turnover ratio, and that's exactly what you want to see out of your shooting guards because even though they're not playmakers as point guards, shooting guards are handling the ball too and making plays.
1:15 left to play in the first quarter. And Augustine kicks to Ross. Now the dish to Augustine. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Hansbrough, and good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine. The Heat leading by 5. It's LeBron with the drive. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
With that reverse jam, the fans got a little extra show there.
That one definitely had something, you're right, extra on it.
That was one of those 3 or 4 plays that you see every night in an NBA game that just leaves you in awe.
Here's Ross, rejected by Battier.
That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Well, they've got to meet the energy that they're facing right now. So important to battle on the boards.
The defense looking a little bit dazed now. A ferocious throw down there.
Not bad for a player of his size.
Not bad at all. How about that spring coming out of those legs?
Augustine passes to Ross. He dishes it to Augustine. Kicks to Fields. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. The Heat shooting their first free throws of the game. Free throw good, LeBron. And both free throws good for LeBron. 15 seconds left to play in the first. Now here is Augustine. He's guarded closely. Knocks down the step back J.
You know, next time he has that much space, he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home. Park that fadeaway, take the shot that's available.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Heat. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
And you could see early on, guys, they were going to go inside and try to establish their offense in the paint area. That's exactly what they've done.
And I think that's exactly where they should continue to attack moving forward, Steve.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Gentlemen, Ray Allen is arguably the greatest three-point shooter in NBA history. It's a shot crafted by endless reps in the gym, and he thinks being a bit, quote, obsessive-compulsive may have fed into his legendary dedication. He recalled back when he was 8 years old. He always had to make 5 left-handed layups and 5 right-handed layups before he could leave the gym. But one day, another team needed the gym, and he had to leave before he could complete his ritual. He said, "I cried. It messed up my day." Guys, it sounds strange, but that's Ray.
The doors for all of his downsides, that devotion to repetition is part of what's made Allen such an amazing shooter. At the end of the day, it certainly worked for him. Rejected by Cole. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Yeah, he's one of the best teammates in the NBA, too, because he creates so many good shots for the other 4 players on the court. A sensational, unselfish passer.
And, Steve, very few players have his finishing ability. We see him get a lot of and ones because even if he draws hard contact, he is able to play through that and typically score.
Amir Johnson's checked in for Aaron Gray. The Heat leading by 8. He feeds it to Bosch. Hansborough's there. Bosch against Hansbrough. Bosch misses. The Raptors have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Augustine dishes to Ross. Hansbrough inside. LeBron with some nice D.
I like the work there, contesting that shot that looked like it was going to be easy, but they forced the miss.
You know what? He got it in close, but couldn't finish in traffic.
And Augustine kicks to Ross. Offline with his 3.
Well, it was a little bit of a surprise, guys, going into last season when Ray Allen signed the contract with the Heat. He took less money than the Celtics offered him. And no question about it, there was some anger from his former teammates in Boston when he left.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Hansbrough. DeRozan comes in for Terrence Ross. And it's Lowry in for Augustine. Two minutes now played in the second quarter. Valanciunas passes to Gay.
And right now, they find themselves down on the scoreboard and struggling to make their shots. They need to work on getting into the lane, drive the ball to the basket, get some easier looks that lead to high percentage shots, and maybe they can get back on track.
Out to DeRozan. The second chance effort. Here's Johnson. And the Raptors miss again. The Heat leading by 8. Bosch dishes to Wade. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Puts the lead pass in front of him. And Allen with the block. In transition, here comes Miami. Wade with the ball. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
It is so hard to contain. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
And Clark, for Ray Allen, I don't think joining the Heat was just about jumping on a winning bandwagon. I think there'd be some issues for him in Boston.
Well, there were a lot of rumors that he and Rajon Rondo didn't quite get along, and Allen wanted maybe a bigger role offensively. And in fact, you know, his minutes went down last season with the Heat, but he clearly fit in well, came off the bench and really fit nicely with that shooting ability next to LeBron and Wade.
And Valanciunas kicks to Lowry. He passes to Valanciunas. Clock at 6. Back to Lowry. Toronto working the ball around now. Offensive rebound. Johnson. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
Guys, he's actually indefatigable. He never gives in, never gives up on a play, and that's what it takes to be a great offensive rebounder. You've got to be relentless.
Here's Bosch. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Well, he earned that one. Took the hit and still found a way to knock it down.
Yeah, fantastic body control. And the will to get it done. You like that focus.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And he was up over the 80% mark from the free throw line last year. I'm sure he was pretty happy with those numbers.
Well, you know, it seems that Amir Johnson is the kind of player who's always in and out of a starting lineup. Never really had a chance to lock down that starting role for an extended period of time last year, but was pretty good when he did get the nod.
Lowry kicks to Gay. Nailed from three-point land. Gay's got 5.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Allen against Gay. Shoots the 3, and Allen is good for 3. Allen's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And for Amir Johnson, it's pretty unbelievable, but he's approaching a decade in the NBA. The kid from Los Angeles, it just seemed like the other day, he was just coming to the league. Just 26 years of age, and here he is, almost a decade in the league.
Yeah, drafted out of Westchester High School in Los Angeles. You wonder how his development would have been different if he'd gone the college route, but he does seem to be coming on now the last couple of seasons.
Here's Wade. 9 points in the game so far. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Wade's got 11.
Yeah, and guys, it's his consistent shooting that's really helped get his team into a position they're in right now.
Lowry kicks to Gay. Mar DeRozan on the wing. Outside Lowry. Jacks up a 3. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Man, that's one of his strengths, knocking down those long-range jumpers.
Allen for the 3. DeRozan with the rebound. Raptors trail by 9. Lowry with the ball. Now guarded by Mario Chalmers. And DeRozan. Here we go. Feeds it to Johnson. Makes it off the glass.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
Boy, that's his second foul, and he does not want to pick up number 3 here. That'll mess your game up for sure. They've changed their game here in the second, getting a little bit more physical, playing with some toughness now.
And, this lead is going to grow if they can continue to get to the free throw line.
There's 47 seconds left in the first half of the game. And Lowry gets double-teamed. Johnson. Back to Lowry. Takes it from 10. That's in, coming off the assist from Johnson. Lowry's got 5 points in the quarter. The Heat leading by 7. Johnson, the pass to DeRozan. The pass to Lowry. Off the left rim and out. Miami's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Allen lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Allen's got 5.
It looks like he's finding his touch now because the shots are starting to fall.
And it's Lowry penetrating. DeRozan, 2 on the clock. He lays it in. He has 6.
Late reaction from the defense, and he's always going to make good on that.
Got it up. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And so we conclude the first half. Heat out front. They lead by 7. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Now, presented by Sprint.
The weekend is finally upon us, and on this Friday night, it's time for the halftime show. The Heat have the lead out in Miami against Toronto. They haven't settled on tough shots. They're taking it strong inside. They're getting quality shots and a lot of quantity of those quality shots. For LeBron, it's been way too easy against Toronto. How's that for a shooting percentage? 100. Yes, 100% from the court. Not too bad. And hanging tough, the
Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back to Miami, Florida, and the American Airlines Arena. What can you say? LeBron James, what an impressive effort today.
Yeah, he was on a mission there in the first half, just trying to get into the lane every time possible.
Aggressive attacking basketball at its very best.
If you just look at the numbers without knowing who Dwayne Wade was, you'd think he was probably 6'7" or 6'8", but the way he blocks shots and rebounds, even at 6'4", he just plays much bigger than he really is.
6 on the shot clock. Gay dishes to Valanciunas. Wade brings the double team. Rejected by Haslem. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. The Heat leading by 7. And you go back, Clark, to that big man game for Wade, averaging about a block shot a game for his career.
Well, you think about it. He's 6'5", but he actually has a 6'11" wingspan, and You're not going to find a stronger guy at the shooting guard position. He's over 220 pounds, and there's nothing extra there, so he brings a lot to the table.
And Valanciunas kicks to Lowry. And there's the call on Udonis Haslem. That's foul number 2 for him.
Tough break for the defense. He took the heat and drew the whistle.
Yep, but when you get there late, that's what happens.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. It's Gay with the drive. And good on the basket. Book it.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
The Raptors shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here.
Well, this was a very consistent free throw shooting team a year ago. They shot about 79%.
And, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely. It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
Well, I tell you what, that is a lot harder than it appears. You've got to get your body angle just right to shield you from the defense.
And the Heat making a change here. Battier's checked in. The Heat have been at their finest 4 at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes. And Chalmers no good on that one.
People look at Mario Chalmers and say he might not be your typical point guard. He's not a big-time penetrator or playmaker, but he's a good fit for the Heat with his active defense and spot-up shooting from long range. I think it's a hand-in-glove fit, actually.
Tyler Hansbrough's checked in for Toronto. Battier with the steal. Leads him in there. It's stolen by DeRozan. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Good! DeRozan's got 8 points. And Chalmers, a 3-time All-American and NCAA champion his junior season at Kansas, received the Most Outstanding Player Award for that 2008 tournament.
Hit what was probably the biggest shot in Kansas history, the three-pointer that sent that game against Memphis into overtime that allowed the Jayhawks to go on and win that national championship.
Raptors trail by 9. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Pass to Hansbrough. Working on James. Shot from 6. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
And excellent interior defense there. Good rotations.
No doubt about it, Steve. He's a real presence inside. Takes up a lot of space.
Toronto's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Bosh against Gay. Gay right side. He's off from 17 feet. Miami leading by 9. Inside. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. Johnson, the pass to Gay. Rebound by the Heat. LeBron's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And he converts the layup. LeBron's got 16 points.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
Yeah, that's 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed on good looks right at the rim.
Toronto calls timeout.
Well, for LeBron James, guys, the stats say it all. He's always a beast. But when you play him at the power forward position, his numbers take on a whole nother level of excellence.
Aaron Gray, he's checked in for Toronto. Landry Fields comes in for Rudy Gay. Now here is Augustine, defended by Cole. Hansbrough, and good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine. Augustine's got 4 assists in the game. And Clark, you mentioned LeBron playing at the 4 being a tough matchup for teams. Steve, why is that?
Well, we've seen the same thing with Carmelo Anthony, a guy who's playing at the 4 who has great size and strength, but also ball handling ability. It compromises the defense, particularly when you put shooters around him. They really aren't putting up any resistance on the low block. That's the 5th consecutive basket inside.
And Steve, these looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
And the rejection by LeBron. And he's able to get it back. Augustine against Wade. 4 on the clock. It's Fields outside. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. And Toronto making a change here. The Heat leading by 11. He kicks it to Anderson. It's stolen by Hansbrough. Dishes to Fields.
And the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Yeah, I like that. A foul to save the layup. Make him earn it at the line.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Well, the great passing we saw in the first half has carried right over into the second.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint. I guess the good news is they've taken away the outside shot.
Well, you know what? It doesn't matter how good their perimeter defense is if they're going to allow inside looks as easy as that.
For Miami, they have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9.
One shot.
And that one falls for Bosch. 1:37 left in the third. Chalmers against Lowry. Stolen by Anderson. And now Chalmers pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Battier outside. For three. Gets it to go.
The defenders need to talk to each other. The communication lacking there on that three-pointer.
Lowry against Chalmers. The turnaround jumper. Hansbrough misses.
Very porous defense down there by the hoop. He probably should make that one.
Outside Bosch. From deep. And again, Miami with the triple.
You know, he's showing some kind of a killer instinct this quarter, trying to stretch this lead out.
Now here is Augustine. Not a lot of room. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. The Heat leading by 16. The drive by Bosch. Uses both hands to slam it down. None of the defenders wanted anything Clark to do with him on that jam.
And I do not blame him at all, partner. He was coming in with a bunch of steam and was ready to posterize whoever decided to get in his way.
All right, I understand, fellas, but come on. You've got to challenge him a little bit at least.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Knocked away. Gay outside. 6 to shoot. Johnson. He's guarded by Battier. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
That's a poor possession. You just give away the ball with a sloppy pass.
8 seconds left in the third. Here's LeBron with 4 seconds on the clock. It could go. Can't hit. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. It's back to Battier. It's stolen by Johnson. Here's Lowry. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. 7 points for Kyle Lowry. Bosch kicks to Battier. The kick out to LeBron. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
You know, if there was no salary cap, no max contract in the NBA, you'd have to wonder what LeBron James would command for his salary. I mean, he clearly is worth more than the maximum you can pay him because he's so far ahead of everybody else in the league in terms of talent. I think Kevin Durant is probably the only one who comes close to him in terms of a guy of that size and that ability.
Well, you got to be so careful with him defensively because he has the ability to get hot at a moment's notice. And if that happens at the wrong time, you're in some big trouble.
And I know something else the fans love about him is the way he's capable of going straight over the top of a defender for some monster throwdowns. I mean, we're talking about posterization with capital letters.
And going back to the topic of max contracts, if those were higher relative to the cap, it might be harder to assemble the big three-star trios we, for instance, see in Miami.
And, Kevin, I think that's where we're heading with the new CBA. It's going to be more and more difficult to put three max guys together. And so teams are kind of working their way through this new CBA, trying to figure out how they're going to structure their payrolls going forward.
The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
Yeah, that is Showtime stuff right there. Major highlight reel material.
First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. The drive by Lowry. DeRozan back to Lowry. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful.
His shooting has been so good today. He may have to take it upon himself to try to get his club out of this hole.
The Raptors making a switch here. Miami leading by 19 points. LeBron dishes to Chalmers. Launches it. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got his 5th rebound in this one. Outside Lowry. Anderson with the block. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Chalmers running. And he drew the blocking foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
You know, Miami went to that smaller lineup last season, and a big change in that was having Chris Bosh move over to the 5 spot. Not his natural position, but I thought he held his own both offensively and defensively playing in the middle.
Free throw good, LeBron. And for Bosh, playing the center, Steve, he's giving up some weight out there.
But he's a very smart defender. He avoids fouls. And, you know, the way the league is these days, Kevin, most teams play smaller. And Bosh can normally find a center that he can guard without too much trouble. But there are a few matchups around the league that are a problem.
Well, they got the speed and the pressure of that Miami defense. You think they're able to compensate for any lack of size inside by using those other things.
Yeah, that's normally the case against, I would say, the vast majority of the league.
Anderson passes to Chalmers. No good. Good work defensively by Lowry. Raptors trail by 21. Lowry gets a screen from DeRozan. Pass to Hansbrough. Rudy Gay on the wing. Shot clock at 6. And there's the feed to Lowry. Moves back up. Hansbrough misses.
I tell you, the defense was right there, just waiting, doing a nice job of anticipating that play.
Steve, every team needs tough interior defense to be successful.
Well, this is what he does. He's shooting it well. He's scoring a lot of their points, getting them in front.
Toronto, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
He kind of threaded the needle with that pass into the paint.
Anderson's shot is off. Raptors trail by 21. Outside Lowry. Gay outside. Comes up empty down low. For Miami, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Allen kicks to Bosh. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
What a great game for Bosh in this one. He's got 17 points and 2 rejections. He's doing all the things you can ask of a player in the low post.
Oh, the blocks, the rebounds, it's incredible what he's done here.
Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Chris Anderson. And the Raptors call time here.
You know, all coaches hate defensively when you give up easy points in the paint. That's inexcusable. So that's the reason for this timeout here.
I think it came down to the fact they were getting beat inside, and that's why the coach called timeout. They were not winning the battle inside.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Hansbrough inside. Second chance shot, and count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
You know, he's really adept at keeping possessions alive by hitting the boards and cashing in on some of those putbacks.
And he really is a tough guy to go up against because he throws his weight around so often and with reckless abandon. I mean, it can really wear you down physically.
And that puts a cherry on top, so to speak, of what's been a phenomenal showing for them.
All over but the whining now, Steve.
Toronto calls timeout.
Well, they've really kind of struggled offensively here, so I think this timeout is for him to really draw something up, maybe get an easy two and get their confidence back.
You know, sometimes an easy basket out of a break is just what you need to get things back on track. And coaches always have plays specifically for that situation, coming out of timeouts for an opportunity to get a bucket.
Yeah, close, but I didn't think he got on balance quickly enough.
And it's hard to draw charges as quick as players are at this level. That's not an easy bit of work there.
Augustine dishes to Fields. Pass to Ross. Kicks it to Hansbrough. Shoots from the baseline. Jump shot is good that time. Hansbrough's got 4 points in the quarter.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
It's Anderson with the drive. And the defense didn't have position. They whistle a blocking foul, and he'll go to the line. The first free throw is good. Both free throws good from Anderson. 1:30 left in the fourth quarter. Now here is Augustine, defended by Cole. Augustine passes to Ross. The dish to Augustine. Raptors moving the ball around. Ross, that's good.
Great move to the hoop, and I love the finger roll finish.
The Heat leading by 21. Puts it up off the inbound. Here's Anderson, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Landry Fields on the wing. He dishes it to Augustine. Here's the three. Clock at 6. And Fields kicks to Hansbrough. That's good.
Can't pass up that kind of look.
For Miami, they've gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter.
A serious game-clinching run. They've taken off here. Impressive.
No backing off. What a surge at the right time.
Now here is Augustine. He's tightly guarded. He feeds it to Ross. Nice D from Anderson.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
And that one's good.
Did you see the defense get caught standing around that time, giving up an easy second chance bucket?
Simply need more of an effort on the boards there, Steve.
Takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
They got to feel pretty good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home floor.
Yeah, and just riding it out here now. I mean, they gave the fans what they wanted.
Stolen away. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Boy, that was a massive sequence of events there. Absolutely clutch defense to trigger the break.
And we've seen games decided on plays, Clark, just like that.
Effort and hustle plays often are big plays for a team.
Yeah, what a time to blow up a play and then turn it into a slam at the other end.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play, they showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.
Time changes, new faces, old best friends, new strangers, new watch just to keep up with the paces, new game plan off the new places. I got a feeling I could win this race. I found my pace. The only thing that you could do for me is please stay about my way. Don't come around my way unless you got something to pay. I'm trying to find a place where I can free my mind.